consultant, and they come to this country, then they always, some of them, they come and say, we need to see Dr. Yunkela because we want to sit with him a little bit. So yesterday, a group way come out Japan, been there with me. They one can do projects now on for helping small picking and waiting do. They do pro bono service on the advisory board in Japan. So then they buy a sister. Then Boku, Schwarzenegger Institute in Southern California still pro bono advisory service. Yeah, they on energy commission. So then they buy, and then people in this, don't say, the day this man win with the Canada country for can help them transform. So that one day in a good way. Let nobody not tell me say important. At the same thing, where businessman will tell you say, I come with business skills. Me come with international goodwill and knowledge way important for develop the country.
Doctor, continue for the meeting at the program, Dr. Yunkela. We'll come back to you. The time from the studio clock. Now it's 16 minutes after 8 o'clock. Let me take this break and continue the program.
Better don't come. Now you don't trust back again. You're alone, Banco. You don't trust back and let it product and service there for you. You must get what you must be go better. Let me say this taka, ide. Mare taka, ide. Big deposit taka, ide. Ready facility, ide. All for you. Me and you. You don't trust back, that's alone for me. Each future savings account, ide. School fees savings account, ide. Pay advance salary scheme, ide. We plan general of partners alone. Bokono kelena, ide. Kamalama bego kakabia, ide. Jala pita lutsa, ide. And my legs you want. Me and you. You don't trust back. Me and you. You don't trust back. You don't trust back, that's alone for me. You don't alone banco. You don't trust banco.
Union Trust Bank, empowering Sierra Leonean businesses.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue, and as the 2018 election they draw near, plenty people believe say this 2018 election very critical to the country development one. Where this make plenty people and organizations them around the world don't they show interest in the country election. One pandemic institution here, now the United Nations Development Program UNDP, we don't they support NEC over the year them and other election body them for make sure say the 2018 election be peaceful, free and fair. Samuel Doe, now the country director for UNDP in a salon. Inside this interview with Ahmed Sisse, he say UNDP gets about $5 million for NEC and other election management body them and serve the media for make them go able for do then work we go make the election come out peaceful, free and fair.
Supporting the National Electoral Commission to strengthen that institution so that the 2018 elections are held credibly and that everybody have confidence in the electoral process here. We're also working alongside with that central project on elections, electoral administration. We're working on the peace to ensure peaceful and secure elections in Sierra Leone. We have a project supported by the United Nations Peace Building Fund and the United Kingdom UK Aid that is looking at really how we prevent conflicts during the elections, how we mitigate the impact of violence during this 2018 elections. In that project, we are working, we have from the United Nations Peace Building Fund about $3 million, and we also have from UK Aid $1.9 million. And with these funds, we are working with 7 of the electoral management bodies. We're working with the Political Parties Registration Commission, with the National Commission for Democracy, with the Legal Aid Board, with Sierra Leone Police, with the Office of National Security, with the Human Rights Commission, with the Judiciary, and few civil society organizations. This network of electoral management bodies and civil society groups will be the platform through which all of us can put our hands together to ensure that these elections are peaceful, they are secure, and everyone feels safe to go to to the polling stations and to exercise their democratic rights.
So far, what are the issues that have tendency of disturbing the peace of the election?
This is not the first elections that have been held in Sierra Leone. You had elections 2002, 2007, 2012. All of these elections relative to other elections across Africa and across the world have been peaceful. Of course, we need to also acknowledge there have been incidences of violence, unfortunate, that we need one death, whatever number that is, should not be acceptable in a country such as Sierra Leone, given the very, really tragic history this country had with the decades-long civil war. So we're doing everything possible. So your question in terms of what are the risks that we need to pay attention to, one major risk is electoral violence, elections-related violence. We've already started to hear a few cases, unfortunate cases. Recently, a story about a young man who was apparently watching his candidate's billboard, and then unfortunately he's lost his life. We want to encourage every Sierra Leonean to really conduct themselves in peaceful manner, so that the good name, the peace that has been sustained in this country can really be sustained even more, so that the space that is needed to strengthen the economy, to end poverty, can work. Every time we have violence, you drive away investors. And we want these elections to be a demonstration that Sierra Leone is ready for investment.
There is also the issue about NEC, from the registration to even the publication of the final voter register. There is this lack of confidence from political parties.
NEC, from our own assessment, has been doing incredibly well. Many of the issues, not to normalize issues, we recognize there are challenges, but many of the issues that NEC has faced in the last few weeks are not unique to this country. We just had elections in my own country, in Liberia, and registration, voter registry also was a challenge. You know the story of Kenya as well. It's not to normalize these, but these challenges are always in electoral processes. What is key, what is important that we recognize that NEC has done here is to acknowledge that they have these challenges, to put all their resources together with the support of the government to address those challenges and to be able to clean up the registry. And I think where they are at now with the registry compared to many other countries is at a really advanced level. They have very few cases, and they're just cases of people's pictures that they need to really retake. So they have done remarkably well to address the problems that they identify, considering the constraints they also have in terms of finances.
So are you satisfied with their work so far?
So far, I think I heard they also had meeting with the political parties. The international community is satisfied. UNDP, I speak for UNDP, not for the entire international community, but for UNDP being close to NEC, we have over 5 advisors that sit at NEC to support their work, and I have regular weekly meeting with the chair of NEC. And from our assessment, we are confident that so far the issues have been addressed, and NEC is ready to be able to respond to the demand for these elections.
The media is also a very important stakeholder in all of this. Are you providing any support to the media?
With the support from UK Aid, yes, we have a dedicated support to focus on conflict-sensitive reporting for the media, and 2 tracks really providing training for the media to understand how you report, how you avoid reporting hate speeches, what are the accountability or responsibility you have if you report hate speeches or you report messages that instigate or escalate violence. That sort of work is happening. The media houses here have also requested for having their own media situation room, where the key editors across the country can sit in that room and track what media is reporting and immediately arrest a situation where a media report has the potential to instigate or to escalate violence. And I think that is a remarkable novelty if they're able to pull it off here in Sierra Leone.
Well, that's not the UNDP country director in Salon. We will talk about that interview with Amex CC.
Well, now that's time for making you relax and enjoy music.
Famous to all the baby where they book me at, where don't make me feel like say I'm not man enough. I no get nothing for offer. So all me party will look down on me, where don't make me feel like say my life no go become something. And they walked away. All the people will promise for help me. They say come office today, tomorrow next tomorrow. The story not just the same, but I refuse to give up. I kept on hoping, I kept believing. Now everything don't change. Me wanna see me life now. It don't better now. Famous and the name now. You know go fit say you don't know me now. Anytime I like a fly to Dubai now. Hey, with me baby now. Anything I like now they buy now. Turn up, it's me and they turn down and then they run down. I'm looking forward to a brighter future. I'm moving ahead. I never stop for nothing.
Right, that's now brighter future. We famous to inside the program Good Morning Salon when it comes to you from 98.1 FM. We continue with the program and we still get Dr. Kande Yunkela and the program. We the NGC flag bearer and they have for talk about implants then we get now doc many a time where you talk but you know you must make mention of your external relationship when I really go bring support for the country. But when you look within, you will see even international donor, they will tell you say the country in domestic revenue very important. So how you plan for get money within Sierra Leone rather than always with the talk about external donors?
Yeah, Naramik, you see where they talk about the economic agenda. I talk about economic diversification and expanding growth. We can't rely on one sector. So that diversification means we get for support the private sector for let able invest more in the country, which means that we will need special programs for the risk investment. So one of the ideas then, we go support a small and medium industries initiative for support small businesses for let it expand. We go actually, if necessary, we even lend money for let we able lend businessmen then for expanding businesses. Yeah. Second, doing cost of doing business. I think say this year we rank 145 out of about 160, 170 countries. A lot of things then they know where they make business, not they move fast. Because if the business they not invest, the economy not they expand, they get revenue for do plenty in the way you want to do. Apart from minerals, yeah. And I want to talk about minerals. How you go expand the economy for let government get revenue for invest. So now that make they talk a lot about private sector support for let them. One of the things then, for example, customs. If they take people then at this country, so then they 2-3 weeks for clearing goods. When businessmen don't spend 3 weeks, 4 weeks, they try for just pull in products, input there for go to factory. Nobody know they go into manufacturing. Because you cost they go up, you don't lend that money, the thing and sit down. So one of the things then, radical reform of that customs and clearing. It will be quick. Then for the facilitate for the businessman then get the inputs. I don't do then studies then in Nigeria, another assignment, me last assignment then where I did it. When that's done, it increase the cost of doing business. Then with all that bureaucratic red tape. So expanding private sector and small and medium enterprise development, a major part, but also yes, me convinced the citizens for now clear almost with they make by all this natural resource we God give it. Let them know public. The whole society say this year, now we projection this almost all we get from all length here. This now how we do allocations.
Just now you say you know what about meaning and needs, but now we let the external people aid and support for. You know things say waiting salon gets
in both mineral and agriculture now, and in tourism. The country able to transform and make money
for sure.
So how you plan to do that?
For sure.
Different areas.
Yeah, you are even at the very beginning where they say economic diversification. I mentioned agribusiness. You know, agriculture meaning from production to marketing, for help people that even process like rice mill. Yeah, I don't see rice mill in Vietnam and Cambodia inside, and they when a small rice mill when a woman and the operator. If you introduce things like that in the supply chain for rice, giving some of the work where Monty Jones don't already do, you'd expand rice production and marketing. We're going to make it available. One of the things that we can also do, I take rest normal as an example. If you begin to insist, say, in the prisons, military, and other institutions where they feed, you put a quota, say, every year, I want to see an increase of about 10-20% introduction of local products, you see massive expansion in rice production. In other words, you create domestic demand.
Most times when you talk, you can sound like that person will get all the solutions. And so many times we don't see them kind of people here at the end of the day, not can live up to expectation. Now let me look at say you know don't put so many things on your plate so you not even know how the presidency will get for time, like, because then you say when you go inside it, now that thing you didn't know say it's not easy as you didn't talk about.
And you say when you go inside and you know the problem is I don't there around governance for a long time.
Around and being on the seat.
Let me tell you, I don't there around government enough. Second, a good way you get plan where they can inside and you not get plan where they go inside. Where you not get plan where they can inside, again a lot of problems. You waste time the first few years, you still try for develop plan. Then one problem we need to avoid. And not get all the solutions, because even on our agenda we get priority areas. Certain areas and then we get what we call low-hanging fruits. Something that we're able to change quick, we're able to implement quick. Something that we're in a medium and long term. Some solution then they not to say an immediate solution. They get for accumulate sometimes 5 or more years. So all that one day we try for as we develop our own plan. We try for see what we do immediately, medium term and long term. Yeah, and also I'm realistic. Yeah, and that make today you see deliberately today I not can talk about problems. So that time they want day I they give a critique at the right, but waiting they go wrong. See today I avoid that. Yeah, because I'm very aware. Like you one problem will get the debt. Yeah, the debts, the external debts have been 722 around 2010, 2011. By 2016, now 1.2 billion. The domestic debt have been 3.3 trillion. Now almost 4 trillion. The next government forget problems because they don't tie we hand. People then don't lend money. The debt service don't double. So you see, I get a lot of information on the challenges. So I'm very aware of the challenges. Because if you don't know the challenges, you're not able to bring the solutions. We'll not get all the solutions, but we'll get some.
We can't continue the program. Let me just take this short break.
On election day.
From Saturday, November 25 till Monday, December 4, the National Electoral Commission go shape voter ID card for the 2018 election. You will be registered between March 20 and April 30 this year. Go collect your voter ID card now the center where you be registered. Now you safe for go collect your voter ID card. Make sure say you all your 2 receipts where them been give you for make you able collect your voter ID card. The distribution center then go open from 7 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock evening time every day from Saturday, November 25 till Monday, December 4. Join on for make salon go before. Go na the registration center where you be registered and get your voter ID card. We're going to make you able to vote for the 2018 election. From Saturday, November 25, 7 o'clock morning till Monday, December 4, 5 o'clock evening time. Go take your voter ID card and tin up for yourself for vote March 2018. Voter ID card, the passport for vote.
On election day.
Right, we continue with the program. It's 35 now the time from the studio clock. When I don't send a message, concern and comment them. We will come and read them shortly, but let me go to other election process. The Society for Democratic Initiative, SDI, together with the Strengthening Electoral Accountability and Governance Civil Society Consortium, don't pull the reports we name Election Preparedness Report, where they give information about outside the different election management body then they with the 2018 election preparation. Outside the executive secretary for the National Electoral Commission, NEC, say NEC don receive but 96 billion loans out of the 150 billion loans where government through the Ministry of Finance allocates to them for the 2017 year. Fatima Sise bin dey outside this report they launch and go now report.
2018 election they continue for the 1 year. Plenty election management body them like Political Parties Registration Commission (PPRC), National Electoral Commission (NEC), security sector plus other one them. They prepare now for the 2018 election. But for know how the preparation done they go, and self know some part the challenge the way the process done they get, make the Society for Democratic Initiative (SDI) together with the Strengthening Electoral Accountability and Governance Civil Society Consortium don pull out the election preparedness report, where this according to Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi, Executive Director SDI, say this report they give information, but outside the election management body them deal with the election process, look if the necessary resources for the election day, and serve the gap then where the process don't they get.
There have been a lot of rumors around EMDs over the past months. A lot of people say, oh, NEC is in disarray, oh, NEC is divided between the commissioners. Now we went in and spoke to NEC and spoke to these commissioners, spoke to all the people. Are you divided? What are the problems? Are you prepared to go to elections? Why is it that you are doing electoral law reforms at this point in time when you should have done this a year ago? So looking at those problems, this report is geared towards reassuring or creating more alarm if need be. So we need to do more for us to get March 2018 a successful outcome.
Mr. Abdullahi say this report not for which on anybody or political party, but for look inside history the way get for do with the election preparation. One panicky election management body them. Now the National Electoral Commission (NEC) and what don't they go around say NEC no get couple for conduct the 2018 election, but according to the Executive Secretary for National Electoral Commission, William Adu Davis, say NEC committed for conduct the 2018 election as the planning process is said them don't begin since 2015. On the one way get for do with the couple business, government of Salon through the Ministry of Finance and Economic Development, they put one side about 150 billion for give to NEC for the 2017 year. And this couple cover the activity them where NEC supposed to do for the 2018 election. And according to the NEC Executive Secretary, they don't receive now about 96 billion out of the 150 billion.
About 4 weeks back, the government of Sierra Leone, through the Ministry of Finance and Economic Development, they wrote to the Commission and they indicated the financing plan, the payment plan in terms of executing what is outstanding. They informed us writing that on a weekly basis, every Monday, they will be remitting 10 billion loans to our account. And for the past 4 weeks, that has been done by the Ministry of Finance. We receive 40 billion loans every Monday.
Mr. Davis say then they expect support from the development partner them, and at the United Nations Development Program UNDP is said will get for manage the couple them from the development partner them.
The main funders to that particular election basket from include the UK aid, the Irish aid, and the EU. So basically, they will be taking up the specific activities within the elections budget. The supported the voter registration exercise, specifically the Irish aid supported the boundary delimitation exercise. And going forward, donors will be picking up budget lines that will print our ballots.
Where they give updates on how the polling they will get for Tale, Abu Davis say the 2018 election will get about 3,300 center them, we will get about 11,200 polling station them, and each polling station is say no will get past 400 voter them, as the minimum voter them per station is saying about 300. Back to Emmanuel Safa Abdullah with the findings them na this report. He said the Sierra Leone Bar Association and Legal Aid Board don get support from UNDP for the voter education and non-violence campaigning.
But next says they have strategy in place, which the consultants I think we saw, including electoral calendar. The security sector says they have strategy in place and it's being implemented. This is its findings. PPRC has strategy in place. The judiciary, there is nothing about strategy in place, no developed strategy, respondent mechanisms exclusively for electoral matters created. SLBC, no strategy, will develop one, will review the previous UN developed by UN for previous elections. IRN has a strategy developed, will adopt proposal framework, but it wasn't verified. They only claimed that they had it, so it wasn't verified. And SIEGE, strategy in place, will adopt a proposal framework. NEW has a strategy developed. SLAG, no strategy. Sierra Leone, SL Bar Association, no strategy, and others.
The report continues for talk about Alpha NEC don't go with the 2018 election activity then waited on the June. The same report cover other areas the way the democracy will continue for give updates but then preparedness there towards the 2018 election. For the Society for Ready Democracy, Mina Fatima Sisi.
Alright, we continue with the program. The time now 8:42 and we still get Dr. Young Keller in the program. Doc, we also get information that you struggle for PQ running mates.
Really? Who's that they come on?
So when we will see you select?
Oh, you know, well, in due course, everything they on track. Yeah, we don't develop a set of criteria what they use for choose running mates. So it is on course.
You get different people in mind and you struggle for pick now because you don't promise certain people in
never. I know they pre-promise. You know, I don't do governance before. I know they pre-promise certain thing and they win a red line. Yeah, I know mix pandaka in politics there.
So how long will it take you for choose?
No worry. As I say, they progress very well. You know, not forget say I just get elected about a few days ago. So I will assure you say it is on track. And inshallah, we go announce her in due course in the right protocol and atmosphere.
We see Kamaimba set the stage for decline assets. Will they see Young Keller they follow?
Potentially. We hope say all man will sign off. I want to see the big guy then first sign off. Say themselves they do.
We all wait for somebody.
We all for do one. Me not believe say I believe say we all for do one. So that's not my position. I believe say presidential candidates Young Keller, Samura, Bio, all man for do one.
Alright.
You know say now we are the head honchos. So we all for sign a nice protocol.
So me, at the talk about it's a yes or no. Dr. Young Keller they declare assets. You go for declare your assets?
Of course I will declare my asset in due course.
Thank you. We will look at some text message and we don't carry inside the program. Maybe.
This very first one where we got take from the text line. The person they asked said, Dr. Young Keller, have you ever voted in Sierra Leone? If not, why do you think we should vote for you?
Please ask Dr. Kande about strengthening our democratic institutions, including the police, judiciary, and other institutions, by making them truly independent. What is your plan about part 5 of the criminal libel law if elected president?
This one they say, Dr. Young Keller, you are campaigning on a platform of transformation. Do you intend to use any specific model in driving your transformative ideas? Nalina Presido Kiasena message.
I say, Dr. Kande, you don't even know who that's the first people them will elect you. It look like say you not sabi then you say na founders committee elect you, then you chairman say na trustee committee elect you. Who that you want for make you believe?
Mr. Young Keller, is the NGC a true coalition party? If yes, then how many parties do you have in that coalition?
He said, do you make Dr. Young Keller tell you which part by the party constitution they use for electoral, where they not even do lower level elections? So how they get the delegates?
This other one they say, have you ever registered in any of our elections?
We continue with the program. Good morning, Salon. More message we don't come. We will look at other message where this wire so we are going to say. He said, Dr. Young Keller, you never voted for anyone in Sierra Leone while you are working for the UN, even though the UN allows all its staff to. Why should we vote for you now? Also, you are not calling for change, but it appears as if that's because you lost your flag bearer bid to the RDSFPP. If you had won, you won't be calling for change now.
This one on the PPRC story where we air, the person say it's good that the PPRC has started engaging with political parties. At least this can address the issues of intolerance.
Please ask Dr. Yumkela what is the plan, what is his plans for the environment and sustainable natural resources management.
LBK Napotloko, they say my problem with you, KKY, is that if this is going to be your first time to vote, you are a new voter. Do you know how to vote here?
Doc, what do you think of electricity supply in Sierra Leone? I hear people boast that it has improved. What's your plan for Freetown so far? Only the APC candidates have been campaigning in the city for mayor.
This one say apart from taking development to Kenya, India, Bangladesh, etc., apart from the UNIDO project, what else have you brought to Sierra Leone? It comes from Amos Cabo.
Any leader who largely relies on external aid cannot be trusted. Serious candidates emphasize internal revenue mobilization and improved expenditure management. The too much stress on external support by KKY in all interviews makes me worry. Progressive leaders look inward.
This one said, Dr. Yumkela, why can't you continue with your public lectures rather than involving yourself into politics? It comes from Usman Felix.
He says, so Dr. KKY, with all the criticisms of the APC, if there is a runoff, will you support the APC? He continues to say, why criticize APC for their selection process? The internal party democracy of NGC is questionable. More message we'll go look at inside the program. Good morning, Salon, where they come to you from 98.1 FM. We they go on Facebook now and look at Lamin Bangwa and message KKY, you're simply the best. You know what it takes to develop this country and how to go about it more than anyone vying for the presidency. Mohammed C. Lee, good morning, Radio D. We, the youth of this country, will surely vote KKY come March 7. One message inside the program. Hassan Conte, Dr. Kande Yumkela has come to cut the chain of suffering the APC and SFPP has levied on the people of Sierra Leone for far too long. More message inside the program. Good morning, Salon. They say Fala Bembo watching live from Liberia. Dr. Yumkela say the heavy fall of the rain will never remove the spots of a leopard. Okay, we look at more message. Ivani Cole on Facebook. Dr. Kana Yumkela cannot make the changes Sierra Leoneans are paying for. We pray God surround him with God-fearing people so he can deliver the best for the poor of Mama Salon. This other message say KKY and Smoke Talker, give him the platform, he will enjoy as we speak. KKY is simply the best man for the job. And another text message we just come inside the program. Good morning, Salon. The last message I will read from now is Dr. Yumkela for acknowledge say now the APC government create the enabling environment to make any project can Salon and be implemented. All the institutions like UNIDO, their systems and processes where like now you country if you don't meet the conditions, presidents they not refund, presidents they not refund the project. Right, we come over to Dr. Yumkela for response.
Well, I will take some of them. Yes, I've been on talk and say I'm not voting in this country before, so I mean that is on record. So I'm glad he said I can't vote now, so I don't feel saying a crime. Now everybody in freedom, and now you freedom for exercise your political right, for stand for election, for vote. So you know I didn't vote, but yes, I did vote this time. Well, it not been possible for liable votes for a number of circumstances. They tell me they were in a one-party state, so by rejection I refuse. I mean they demonstrate against a one-party state now. By the time we did diaspora now, you know, me believe say them forget the diaspora their voting right. And if I get the opportunity for lead this country within 1 year, I will push parliament for giving them voting right. And mean say then for vote two side and day. Other country then people then they vote outside. So yes, that's not one thing where the very first year I go push. And me feel say it wrong for let them not vote, but we want the remittances for can. For the politicized institutions, I totally agree. The police, the army, especially the university. You know, one of the things I say, me no want to be chancellor of University of Sierra Leone. Give the universities them freedom. Let them function as a center of excellence. So I like that point the way that person say, waiting for make the police them professional, incentivize them, the army, because you need the security services for guarantee with democracy, but the depoliticization for go further, including education, granting aid, then and they let them students and get their scholarship freely and fairly, but also even the admission fee and they go abolish them, because you can now other country there we can apply online, so they're not going to pay no fee for form 500,000. Me I go pull down and they come on. Then talk about the transformation model. Yes, the transformation model where I see a model which will be private sector driven, but through public-private partnership. I talk a lot about economic diversification. So that person critiques here, they talk too much about external support, is totally wrong. At the beginning, I talked clearly about economic diversification. Say we can't rely on one sector, and I'm on record to say at a certain point, you push your nation, say in 2 or 3 decades, you for win there off foreign aid. Foreign aid will still come, but enough will be too much of a significant portion for debt, for budget support, if you manage your economy well. NGC, is it a true coalition? Yes. Where you know, now that's what they say, we they innovate, people know they understand the innovation yet. But since I know innovation theory, I understand. It will take time. We coalition, a coalition of progressives. It's not a coalition of parties yet. But people, they tell you, APC, SLPP, other one day, when a progressives, we say, look, we party then really know they fulfill the aspiration where we get. We want something different where they allow we, entrepreneurs and others, for really innovate and do what we want to do. So now they come together in NGC. However, we also go now towards the possibility of strategic alliances with other parties, based on a model of value addition. So then negotiations and they're very advanced with some of them. But we go see, but wait till we glad for. We see rainbow. All man they come together. And young people, the base of NGC are young people there. We want change. Then they ask me beyond you need itinerary. I don't know. Yeah. You know, we build school now we village. Yeah, we build school now we village for over 350 picking there. Get solar panel and panel. There are things we don't do at that community level through mosque and church then at this country over 20 years. If you go interview Bishop Ganda, I go tell you, say this man even where the Michigan State, if they get our books with Sierra Leoneans, they send now. So it's 2 decades of helping my country. But yes, some of the big projects, Singimi. You know, I think then they can't launch Singimi just now. 10 days in this country, I fly with man and go to bush, na Moyamba. For do Singimi 13 megawatts, so Jala University will get power. So we don't do Boku. Sustainability will be big. This country is still vulnerable when I don't see the landslide. But one thing where they bother me, this are they talk on a radio, yeah? The last 2 weeks where they go upline, waiting, they bother me in a net. All them truck the way they car with them, tick the way they don't cut. Then they cut there as far as Kabbalah. Then they destroy with forests. Then they destroy with agricultural base. If they do it sustainably, it makes sense, but not so. The amount of trucks they were, so now I can't free to ask somebody. I say, wait, na season after this, they say, no, it's not 50 fata. Then they kill with agricultural base, with biodiversity. We already now one of the worst countries for deforestation. This business here, I know they say, let them not do all, but to God will get for rethinking. Otherwise, with agriculture and water tables, we'll get problem. I don't know if then they replant. I don't know if any program in this country for replanting.
So somebody also concerned, but you and the chairman order for belief because you say
remember what I say. I say founders then convention. The founders then create the INTC. Go read the constitution. But then the founders then meet.
And also in the event there is a one of
who that I will support. Well, let me ask who that they support me. Because if it is true that we based on the young man there, the young man then are 1.8 million, 58% of the voters. Me they predict say now we did they force. Because ready with you're writing the young man and they say, we want change. We want change. If the youth, and I don't promise the youth there, if then they listen, let them listen good. I want youth man the way one be councillor or MP then. Youth man the way one be minister, but show me evidence. Say you don't work in your community. I will give NGC will go give Boku youth man then symbol because waiting do now then for create them future. Then for create them future. In Austria, the president now na 31-year-old.
The president of France, na 38-year-old. So youth man and youth woman, they una dey listen me. Una look for them good people na una community. We don't work for una own belief. Una ka NGC go give una symbol. Una take over una country back and create that Athens of Africa. We una need back na this nation.
What will happen to all this your vision if 2018 election come and the NGC no happen for win the election?
NGC they win. We know they talk about not winning now. Maybe
the other side of the coin as well.
No, maybe right now we in a winning mode. So what will they do right now? We now they look the demographics. Who side they vote then they come on. How youth man they go protect him vote for let them know Rogan. When me don't give youth man their symbol. You see them well-polished, energetic youth man there, where they can be councillor and parliamentarians. We train them how for do public policy. Then they take over the nation back. So now that would they concentrate on. So so that Alusane Alassane no go regret.
So in this case, it sounds like you're the first-time voters. Then now all of them go for do the sensitization.
There are about 650,000 first-time voters.
Including
there are about 1.8 million youth. Youth man, they wanna listen me well. Una take over una country now politically. Be in the forefront. When me then una age now that will be the do na ya. Me already be a minister at 33. But I don't tell that the Austrian president at 31. By the time you don't be MP 10 years to God you don't qualify for lead your country. So youth man una they listen me, youth man then una color screen una go now una communities. Communities una show young people. Let them can work for una. And that's all other nations they do. Canada says the prime minister then a young man. So when I take over on our country in the positive way, we set a development agenda, we create a new paradise in this nation.
So what's now your plans for woman then?
Woman then, oh yes.
Because we see now woman can second now.
Yes, woman they talk for Daisy. Women are top priority, and you go see that category where we put special programs for youth, girls, women, and the physically challenged, meaning a lot of effort for giving incentives, business important, empowerment, you can break them down into various segments. Now this country, for some agricultural products, women then they provide 60% of the labor. So special intervention.
The convention, you know, go make you want to make long say indeed you want to empower women.
Asma, you ready for left your job? Give me a list of women. Give me a list of women. But we possible.
An example where you for demonstrate say are ready for empowerment.
Well, look, the whole issue about running mate, open now at the screen, at the look, at the talk to people, then people they suggest. It is wonderful. I'm glad he saved so many interested. So maybe I ask my if one say one day be candidate for running mate. You already talk about young people there.
But we still the advocates for women.
Una the advocates for women there. All right, as we can say, noted and considered.
What about you base? Because we see the same crowd they come out for all the political parties them when they come out in from next we understand say now over 3.1 to 2 million people. Now the legitimate voters we get for take part in the election. So also you go boast of you base.
Now the beauty that of the NGC we base spread across the nation. We target areas where we know say now the support for we high, but we're not going to reveal that and in a tactical issue where we will keep to we safe. But as I tell you now, we believe say giving waiting we get for do and waiting we don't do. 5 years of preparation at this country, we can win this election. We go create a new evolution at this country where people go say, wow, because I want to let people know, say, especially the young people, una not settle for the less, una not less settle for the lowest common denominator. Change means say even old pal like me, yes, I join other people then a new party. Now so country they progress. So yes, even the election that will get for do. We win them possibly first round. We make all man now realize say yes, the youth then don't ready for take over the nation.
If you now win the election, whose party you go prefer?
But left that talk, they know maybe Yusuf. We know they talk about not winning. Let the other one then consider say how then go just think about it. How some then one we don't hold power for over 50 years go feel now say wow. Then youth man then really say change is necessary. They want change their life, don't wear the same shoes for 56 years now. They want new pairs of shoes. Something we're a Gucci maker.
This other there's few messages for you, Dr. Yonkela. This message they talk about. They say, Dr. Yonkela, will you be taking part in any presidential debate, even if the other political parties not agree for take part? other message we say, why can't you ask him about the lies of registration of or membership in the SLPP as against to what he said on one of the radio stations, that he has not been a member of any political party, but after he came up with a membership before that particular radio interview. He said, Dr. Yumkela, be rest assured you have my vote. The last message we will read say, what is the change about Kande Yumkela, a man who has served in MPRC as minister when Brigadier Bio was his boss?
Wait, me go say if I the question, then the last part, then there, don't forget some of them. Bottom line is that the question then so scatter anyway. My mind go off. What I want to say is that look, change they can. The change is real. The change will be led by youth, women, where we don't visit some of them. They're women and they suffer in their market. We don't see them. We don't see youth man, they will not get woke, they want dignity. So then when we feel say people now want change, well, now watch, we let the election be free and fair. Also, I will just tell you, I say, yes, I'm proud say at different points of my career, I volunteer for serving in this country. Now the same service I don't come back for can do at a different level for let we make the nation better. And we know say yes, with the youth population of this country, they want their life for better and we go make them better for them. So we know they look at the negativity. The one way they ask me about the past, I don't left negativity behind. I don't talk at this radio station 3 months ago. I know they go back to history. Now forward with the look now. With the look at the next 10, 20 years, they ask the question for them youth man, they usai una one le una country day. What till you want let your life be like? Whose kind job you want? Whose kind life you want for you picking there? So let nobody no can me go back to cause and negativity and lie. Me, they look the future now. And me and then youth man at the future want talk about. Then when we want negativity, we know the party they wait for.
The past and the present, they make up the future.
Yes, the positive past. So you hear what I say, we they look for the good, we expand that. We look for the bad, we pull and come out like cancer. We cut them out, we change and then we introduce innovation. So when they try to focus on innovation, you know they bury yourself in negativity of the past.
Thank you. We join at the program this morning. Dr. Kande Yumkela, the presidential candidates for the NGC. Thank you, we can at the program.
Thank you.
Now, this edition of the program, Good Morning Salon, go left you plenty. Thank you to the executive producer, Michael Sambola, producer Alex Lawrence Groma, and the rest of the production team. Don't forget, say at 12 elections, then they come up, and we continue for look at the role of political parties in elections. So till we meet again, maybe Kabadi say, get yourself a wonderful day.
Ask my James goodbye.